Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again with another In the Car Chronicles. Y'all already know what I need y'all to do with this video right here, man. Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Turn this one up, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But we're gonna call this story right here today the first time I ran a Storebox. It's crazy, man. Damn. Everybody that don't know what a Storebox is, let me explain what a Storebox is, man. A Storebox is a person who has the items that you could buy from commissary, and they 2 for 1 in them, 2 for 3 in them, 2 for 4 in them, 5 for 10 in them. Like, you doubling whatever you loaning out. Like, somebody will come borrow something from you and be like, yo, let me get 2 honey buns. All right, let me get 4 honey buns back. Like, that's how it goes. So, like, it's a major risk that the Storebox take. Y'all might hear a lot of the YouTubers that do what I do talk about this. I always knew people that done it. Now, I can remember being on Sussex 2, man. We was on Sussex 2 for this one. When I had went to 4 building, I started in 4D because this was when I was in 4D. So when we hit 4D, so while I was in 4D, this was the time when they first moved us to 3D pod. So when I first moved to 3D pod, I kind of was like in a situation. Now, the situation I was in, I was able to get some la-la, and I was able to get like not a decent amount of it. Like I was getting a bunch of it, but like at least a zip. You know what I mean? That was a decent amount for me. Like I would be able to break down, look out for the dudes around the town, and still make sure I make a couple dollars. So I was content with getting that. So with me getting that, my homeboy had came in the pod, man. We're gonna call him Big G. Now, I had met Big G. Big G was from Norfolk. I had met Big G while we was over in 4 building. He ended up going to the hole while he was in there, and he ended up coming to 4 building with us. Now, when we moved over to 3D, it just made sense for me and him to become cellies because we was cool with each other anyway. Like, we had got done cool off the rip. And Big G was somebody that was, you know, he had a reputation around the town, you know what I mean? But, like, me and him still was cool, though. So, like getting in the cell with him, it was a no-brainer because there wasn't really nobody else from the town. And plus, me and bro was all right, like I was telling y'all. So, like, as soon as Big G moved in the cell with me, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he come into a situation where I'm getting to the bag, you know what I mean? Now, since he been in there, he's seen a little bit of it when we was in 4 building before they moved us all to 3D. But now, like, now that we cellies, he's getting a little bit more, like, he's seeing more of it. So, like, of course he want to get in, you know what I mean? I'm going to let him get in there, whatever the case. But, like, in the meantime, I got the la-la. So, I used to get the la-la and I would give it to Big G to sell, man. And Big G would get the la-la and he'll be out in the pod. You know what I mean? He'll be doing his thing, selling the joint. So it got to a point where we just had like a lot of stuff. I'm talking about where we had a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. I'm talking about me and bro eating exclusive. Like, we ain't got no microwave. We ain't got nothing, but we eating tacos every night. I'm talking about, like, we ain't even putting soup in our tacos. We eating rich tacos. That's where we eating straight refried beans, fried sausages, cheese, you know what I mean? Like, we just eating like we just eating whatever we want to eat, basically, man. Tuna tacos. Like, man, we just doing, like, we every time we send somebody to the store or every time we see somebody got the tortilla wraps, man, we buying them joints, man, because that's all me and bro started eating, man. Like, we just started eating like tacos every night. So me and bro used to be in the junk chilling, man. So, like, we got so much bread that's been coming through. Like, it's been a lot of bread coming through. I'm making a little breakdown money and I'm making a little money that's a little Western Union money. So, like, everything was good at the time. So, like, bro had came to me and bro asked, can he buy something? Like, you know what I mean? Now, me selling something to Big G, I ain't look at it like that was something that was messed up. It was, I was happy that he had a mindset like that. You know what I mean? Like, his mindset wasn't just, yeah, I'm just gonna have Weezy looking out for me. You know what I mean? His mindset was like, look, I'm gonna try to create a situation for myself. So bro came to me and basically, like, he wanted an opportunity, man, to make a couple dollars. So what I did was, he had a lot of cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like, when he came from the other spot he came from, he had a lot of cigarettes. So what he did was he gave me 2 boxes of cigarettes and I blessed him for the 2 boxes of cigarettes. I can't remember the exact amount I gave him, but whatever it is, it was enough for him to make some money and it was enough to make, you know what I mean, a little bit of side money. So he was good off that. He was happy about that. Bro started getting to the bag. And then on top of that, you know, I still got it. So it's like we in the sale, so everything going smooth. So, like, after the store day had came, like the first store day, it wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even a thought to do this, you know what I mean? But on the second store day, I ain't even gonna lie, man, like, I came in the sale And bro, like bro always make sure the business straight. That's why I loved about Big G. Like Big G used to make sure the business was straight. I'm talking about I came in the cell, y'all, after Store Day was passed out and they let us out for rec. And I came out and I started moving around, grabbed for a couple dudes that owe me. When I came back in our cell, man, I promise y'all, man, that joint looked like Haagen-Dazs store in there, y'all. So boom, man, that joint looked like it was pastries and cakes everywhere. Like, I ain't gonna exaggerate and be like it was like 10, like hundreds of them. Like, it wasn't hundreds of them, but like I seen a bunch of icy whites. I seen a bunch of regulars. He had them all separated. I seen a bunch of regulars. I seen the cinnamon rolls. I seen the cookies. I seen a bunch of chips. I just seen a lot of stuff that was on the floor. So I come back in like, hey, bro, like he was like, oh yeah. We got still collected for the dudes that we had sold the field. I'm like, all right, so people still coming to the door and paying, and the stuff getting dropped off, his cigarettes getting dropped off, his Black and Mild crates getting dropped off. We smoked. We went bananas in there. We went bananas in the beginning of 3D. We went bananas, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We went bananas. So like, I saw all of that stuff and I just was like, yo, I was trying to think like, this is one of the times where I never really seen for myself that's mine's that much commissary, y'all. Like that was a bunch of commissary. So I'm like, yo, what I'm gonna do? You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking. So when we locked down, me and bro was in the room, bro separated, had everything straight. He was like, yo, look, everything right here. Da, da, da. I'm like, bro, we ain't even gonna be able to eat all that stuff. He was like, I know, we gonna Storebox it. So I'm like, Storebox it. He like, yeah. I'm like, man, I thought about it. I'm like the reason why I didn't like Storeboxing is because I'm not really a people's person. Like, y'all know I'm a psycho at times. You know what I mean? Like, I got quick temper if it gets to that point. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like dealing with people. Like, you know what I mean? It's bad enough I'm already selling a la-la and stuff like that. So, like, I got to deal with people. But, like, now I have seen how it is. I have seen how it's been for a Storebox. A Storebox, like, they got it, like, they got it easy because once they collect everything, it's a good thing. But it's always somebody that don't pay. It's always a scraggler. It's always somebody you got to worry about. And it's like, I seen Storeboxes handle it good and I seen Storeboxes handle it bad. Me, how I'm gonna handle it if somebody don't got my money, I don't know. I might snap or I might not. With all this stuff that we got in the sale, it ain't no need for me to really snap. But I'm looking at it, it's no need for me to even really put myself in this position. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So bro say a Storebox. I'm like, Storebox? Like, I don't know about that, bro. So boom, bro said Storebox. He said, look, bro, what we gonna do with all this stuff right here, bro? We got too much stuff. He was like, look, we ain't eat all the money. You ain't eat icy whites. And he was right. I didn't even really mess with the icy whites. I messed with the regular shot. You know what I mean? I like the regular, the plain Jane. That's what I like. I like the plain Jane. He like, man, so what we gonna do? I'm like, he like, man, look, I'm gonna be the one, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be our Storebox, but like, we together, I'm gonna make sure everything's straight. He like, this what I do. I was Storeboxing at the last spot. He like, this what I do. And to be honest with you, that's what bro do though. Like, bro, like, since I know him, bro, like, bro be on that money. He want to, like, he might know, even if he ain't getting the pack, and you know what I mean? Now, him knowing dudes from the town, he might fall into where he can get the pack a little bit. But like, even if he ain't getting the pack, like, bro gonna be scrapped anyway, like penitentiary scrap. And that's the next best thing than the sack is being penitentiary scrap. So like, bro was like, man, I done this and then I'm like, man, all right. I was like, look, though, this what you trying to Storebox, all of this right here. He was like, pick out what you trying to keep. You know what I mean? He was like, but look, we need to store, but yeah, we need to flip all of this. Yeah. So I'm like, my mind is in hustle mode, always, definitely. But I'm just thinking of the hassle of Storeboxing, man. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all don't understand, man. So boom, dudes will try all type of larceny. You might have to jump out the window and get yourself in trouble, all type of madness, man. But this is around the time on Susses when I was still a psycho. So I'm still trying to like calm down and like, like I'm hearing bro out because I know Big G a psycho. You know what I mean? I know he gonna be trained to go. Like, he don't play that. Like, when I first met him, he was Storeboxing and he ran the dude down as soon as he got out the hole that owed him in the last block. And he was down on his top. Now, when he got in full building with us, he kind of chilled because I figured he didn't want to do it because he didn't really know nobody. And my other homeboy that was from the town, he was Storeboxing. So I guess he didn't want to, you know what I mean? Now we in 3D. It's a dude from the R. That's an old head that be Storeboxing. So I guess he saw his opportunity to get in there. You know what I mean? So I kind of, I thought about it and I was like, yo, bro, you know what? No, man, I was like, because I'm thinking like this. Y'all. I know this sounds stupid, but I'm thinking like, man, having a million cookies and cakes ain't gonna add up to nothing at the end of the day. Like, I always looked at the Storebox dudes like, why they really want to have like a bunch of cookies and cakes? I mean, I understand because they can do what they want. You know what I mean? They can do what they want when they want. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't nothing else in penitentiary, it's always gonna be food. You know what I mean? If you the dude with food, you're gonna be the dude with the power, y'all. So boom. So I got bro logic on it. But me having to agree to do it, it was different. So I told myself, like, look, bro, I was like, we might as well just do it, bro. I said, yeah, go ahead and do it, man. I said, look, though, but I ain't trying to play around with these dudes. I said, bro, he said, yeah, we gonna get that money. Dudes gonna pay. I was like, man, they better pay. What you mean? He was like, bro, they gonna pay, man. So I'm like, all right, bet. So as we had the Storebox, like, it was kind of like already, like, dudes kind of knew slightly, because with us having the Lala, it made us look like we had a lot of stuff. Now, dudes know I wasn't on that type of time, but like, they see they had to deal with Big G, but they knew that definitely I was involved in it. You know what I mean? So when it started happening, I started seeing dudes come back. You know, dudes be gambling, dudes be chasing. Like, we started double winning, if y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, dudes would come to me and be like, yo, look, hey, Weezy, look, man, I'm trying to get a Feezy, man, but look, man, I'm trying to Storebox, though, man. Your roommate just started Storeboxing, right? I'm like, yeah, well, look, I'm about to go Storebox 2 packs from him. You know what I mean? He'll go Storebox 2 packs from my celly and give me the 2 packs. So that's what you call double winning. You know what I mean? He paid me 2 packs, but we getting 4 packs for the Feezy, man. That's double winning right there. So dudes will come do that, like, a lot. If we came to the tobacco and stuff, like, what dudes would buy. Now, food, dudes was coming to get food all day. I'm letting y'all know now. It's a lot of hungry dudes in prison. And it's a lot of dudes, how weird this sounds, it's a lot of dudes that just rely and eat off a Storebox. Like, they'll be the dude, like, I don't think they figured it out in their brain that they're a maniac. You know what I mean? But like, you will have a dude that be like, yo, you know what, man, I'm just gonna order Storebox every store day and have a little bit of food. Then when that little bit of food run out, I'm gonna run up another big tab with the Storebox, and I'm just gonna keep doing that for the rest of my bid. Like, I never wanted to be that guy. You know what I mean? I used to see dudes like, man, this man just gave the Storebox, man, about $50. And on top of $50, he back borrowing stuff from the same day as store day. You know what I mean? But they do that at y'all. So boom, that wasn't my character right there. I ain't want to do it, but it felt good with me and bro double winning. Dude Storeboxing and copping the Lala. That felt good. So me and bro was in kickback mode. We was in laid back mode all the way up until the first commissary store day of us being a Storebox in that jump, man. So this is the stuff you go through though. Like, let me tell y'all how this ended up happening. But this is the stuff you go through. Store day come. Now, bro been dealing with people on his own. The people I've been dealing with, people come to me, hey, Weezy, hey, look, man, look, y'all still, oh, you together? Like, yeah, what you trying to get? Man, look, man, I'm trying to da. All right, look, bro, all right. I put him right on the same list that Big G got, that Big G be having. I put him right on that same list. But I still know who owe me, because I never dealt with as much people as Big G dealt with. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I ain't even really tripping. So when store day came, y'all, I promise y'all, man, like, this was one of the first things that I learned, because I ended up being like this in the future. You know what I mean? So now, after seeing it, like seeing it happen to me, I kind of understand a little bit. But back then, I didn't understand. Now, it was this one old head dude. You know what I mean? He was cool. He wasn't from the town. He was from Portsmouth. But he was one of those dudes that he knew how to mingle with the Norfolk dudes. He was all right. He was older than us. You know what I mean? But he thought just because dudes are alright, you know what I mean? Like, we won't like even like that, but like, he just thought, I don't know, just because he thought dudes was alright, he can do what he do. But the first problem came from me. It didn't even come from Big G. People was coming to pay Big G. So when the doors popped, I see old head sleeping cell 4 right downstairs. We upstairs. Old head moving around, doing this and doing that. I spot him. I don't say nothing though. You know what I mean? So Big G like, who owe you, bro? I'm like, yeah, ain't no but about 3 people that owe me. You know what I mean? I know who it is. I got them in my brain. They on the paper, but I got them in my brain. He like, oh, all right. So he running around doing him. So I went back in the cell, chill. I ain't even come out the wreck. You know what I mean? So when they did cell break, I come out. I look around. First dude pull up. Boom. Hey, Weezy. I'm like, oh, all right. I can shoot upstairs. Put the jump back in the cell. Boom. You know what I mean? Come back downstairs. Chilling for a minute. I see the young boy pull up here. Weezy pull up with the 5 boxes of blacks. He can't borrow blacks. He borrowed 3 blacks. I told him give me 5. He come out with 5 boxes. Hey, Weezy. I'm like, oh, I appreciate it, bro. He got me up, put him in my pocket. So now I'm just like, oh, hear that, man. I'm like, I look up, I see him walking in the dude's cell in 14 right behind me. He going in his pants. He like, and he just dropping stuff all on the ground. Push, 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 push. I'm looking right at the situation, y'all. I'm like, I'm looking at the joint. This word, he turned right around, looked me in my eyeballs, and shot that way, y'all. So boom. I said, Big G seen me. So what's up, Eric? I was like, yeah, look. I said, yo, bro, old head tripping. I said, look, he got to they call lunch to say something to me, man. If he don't say nothing to me by lunch, man, I'm going to see what's good with him, man. He was like, what's up? I was like, man, yeah, he owe me a little $15. I said, it ain't a lot of money. I said, but it's the principle. This man just looking me in my face. You know what I mean? When he wanted to play poker, he come to the sale, borrow the money, you know what I mean? I say today, and now I ain't the first person to get paid. He paying everybody in front of me. Part of the game is that, y'all. So boom. I wasn't feeling that, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wasn't feeling that, man. So I sat back and I just watched him. You know what I mean? He kept paying dues. Stand by for child. You are on standby for child. Stand by for child. Doors open up. I watch him. I go up the steps. I get ready for child. I'm like, G up there. G got a bunch of stuff. G like this. G swimming in commissary. He like, he ain't sent out yet. He like, hold on, man. G put his shoes on. You know what I mean? Because we getting ready for child anyway. He had his other shoes on, but he put his shoes on. He like, hold on, man. I was like, nah, you good, bro. He like, nah, hold on, wait for me, bro. I'm like, nah. You know what I mean? So I get dressed. I shoot down the steps. G still getting ready. I go down the steps. I spot him. I said, yo. I pull up on old head. I said, yo. He turned around. He was talking to the dude. I said, yo. He turned around. He was like, oh, he had a dumb look like this. He was like, oh, what's up? What's up, Weezy? I said, yo. My money at, man? You running around paying everybody, man. What you got going on, man? He was like, I got you, man. I'm trying to let Peter pay Paul. It's a dude that owe me. I got to go to the child hall and pick it up, though. I was going to pay your money. I'm like, I ain't trying to hear none of that old head larceny, man. Like, I ain't say that, though. But I was like, yo, look, man, look, pay me my money, man. You run around here paying everybody else. Why you ain't make these dudes wait till they got to go to the child hall? He was like, look, man, I pay all my debt. I'm like, all right, you know what? When you going to have it? When you going to have it, though? See Big G coming down the steps. Big G coming down the steps like bad dudes. He come down the steps. He was like, he seen Big G pull up. He was like, I said, yo, so when you gonna have it, man? He was like, man, I'm gonna have it after lunch, man. I said, all right, man, I'm gonna want my money after lunch, man. I don't know what type of games you got going on, man. So me and Big G just walked off. Big G was like, man, that nigga don't want no rent. I said, bro, listen, see, this the shit that I can't deal with when running this Storebox shit, man. I said, man, this shit is diabolical. I said, man, this shit is different, bro. I said, man, niggas be doing the wildest shit, like old head straight, ran around, paid everybody in my face. The dude that saved him with a big amount that he came to borrow. You know what I mean? My word, man, you gonna make me last? You gonna make me last? And tell me I gotta wait till the child hall. That's cool, man. BG was like, yeah, look, you got a trick for him. Next time he come back, he out back. I'm like, that's a lot. I want my money, though. So we go to child hall. He don't even know I'm watching him like a hawk. Watching him like a hawk, y'all, this word the whole time. Watching everything he got going on. Word. He collected a couple items, man. I don't care about that, man. He's supposed to pay me first. Oh, man. Uncle out of control, man. So I look at the situation. We come back from child. I'm in the cell here, knock at the door. Yo! He like, hey, it's me. I'm like, come in. He come and jump. Hey, look, man. Go in his pants. He start dumping stuff out on the floor. I said, what's this? He was like, it's $15. I was like, all right. I was like, look, man, look. I ain't going through that no more, man. If you Storebox for me and you ain't trying to pay me first, they be like, man, look, I paid you, man. The money right here on the floor, Weezy. It's right here on the floor. I paid you, man. I said, you right. I said, but look, though, man, I don't like waiting. I don't like waiting, man. And that's why I'm not a good Storebox, y'all. Because I'm a man that don't have patience for this right here, man. He was like, well, look, man, I paid, man. I said, all right, you look, I ain't gonna argue with you, huh? I ain't gonna argue with you because you paid me. We good. He was like, all right. And he just walked out. I'm like, man, good riddance. Goddamn maniac, man. Nigga dip, I collect the shit. Big G come out there like everything. I was like, yeah, everything's straight, man. Man, I mean, he paid me, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, sometimes niggas be dragging their feet. He was like, but for real though, you just gotta kind of work with niggas because, you know, like, he was like, I get niggas to goddamn after lunch. He said, that's when I'm coming. He said, nigga don't come by after lunch. He said, that's when they gonna see my ass, goddamn, you know what I mean? I thought about it. I'm like, damn. Like, I pulled up on him, like, soon as the doors move, you know, dudes do be moving and shaking, kind of like before, you know what I mean? Like, right after commissary, dudes still moving around and shit. But like, nigga like me, if I owe, like, I'm not relying on some other bread to pay a nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I probably have before, but like majority of the time, if some money that I'm like, damn, especially the Storebox, I'm not doing that. I'm getting something from a Storebox. I'm ordering the money that I owe this man. That's what a Storebox is for. A Storebox ain't for you got something in the blind. The Storebox trying to deal with all niggas that got money on the books, y'all. So boom. So that was over with. I'm not messing with Unc no more, man. That was that, man. So like, that was my first kind of like incident that I didn't feel right about, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't feel good about that joint, man. So like, I was mad that I was the one that had to bring the drama off the first Storebox that we did. But soon as we came back from child, man, I looked up and that nigga Big G, I was in the cell. Niggas were like, yo, come get your celly, Weezy. I'm like, what? I looked up, man. I seen Big G got down over in the nigga's cell. I go down the steps. This is my word. He was down by cell 18. Got down white dude. This man, Big G in that junk, man. He be like, you better get my bread. Yeah, hey, look, I need all my money right now. Look, we'll go to another Storebox then. I don't care about that. You better have my money.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.